not?
Who would have thought that someone at, Marvel Studios or wherever they were, Fox Studios, actually had a brain?
Oh, I know. So yeah, they team up and there's a montage.
There's a montage of them all working on it, and Reed's come up with this plan where they set up 4 funky generators that will tap into his power and render him powerless.
We'll separate him from the board and thus his power source.
And so Dr. Doom is found working in the Baxter Building's closet, building a funky little panel that he can use to hook up to the surfboard so that he can steal it.
Yes. So yes, basically they go to the forest.
In Germany! Ha! Germany!
Germany. Forest. It's like the start of Gladiator.
It is.
And they're putting their things together when the surfer turns up.
A mite too early because Sue wasn't really ready.
And Sue starts talking to the surfer.
Nice bit of character,
Nice, because that's what happened in the comics.
Yep. Sue is always shouting up the villains.
That's not true.
Oh, come on, her and Namor, they have a thing.
Oh, come on, that's like saying Kirk sleeps with every alien woman he's ever seen. Oh, wait.
Wait a minute. No, it's okay, Sue. We know you're chaste, really. We know you're wonderful and could only ever go for Reed.
Yes. Apart from your kind of hen party, which was a wild night.
We hear that was a wild night. So, anyway. They talk, and whilst they're talking, the General says, you know what? This is taking too long, and earlier Reed talked me down, and I don't like being talked down.
Reed, because the General's kind of going sort of like, you're the science nerd and I'm the quarterback and you will listen to me. And Reed basically turns around going,
yes, well, I'm the science nerd with superpowers, best friends you can have, and the most beautiful woman on the planet. And you're still just a quarterback.
And asking for my help. And you were like, well done, Reed Richards, because you just talked down to a man who should have been talked down. Because let's face it, by that point we all wanted to slap the...
We did.
Actually, I'll bleep that out. Forgive that word.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit too extreme for YouTube.
Yes.
I'll have to bleep that out. Okay, so next. So yes, they fire missiles.
They fire missiles. Wonderful idea.
At Sue.
It's Sue and the surfer goes, right, because I'm an honourable and noble sort of alien, I'm going to fly up and deflect all the missiles. Because, well, she reminds me of my
And he blows up the tanks.
And he blows up stuff, and he's just like, the Silver Surfer is amazing. Meanwhile, Sue continues work on a little generator, makes it work, and powers him down.
So the surfer is separated from his board, and they are then taken to some form of snowy, yet we can't quite remember where.
We can't quite remember where it is. Antarctica,
US military base.
Siberia, the Yukon, I don't know.
The Yukon?
Just so I can go bork.
Okay, do you feel happier now you've gone bork?
I do. Squeaky shoes.
Anyway, you win this one. Okay, so yeah, basically the Fantastic Four are technically taken prisoner by the US military. Comfortably, but prisoner nonetheless.
It's a kind of comfortable prison. They're not actually told they're prisoners, but they are.
Yeah.
And Doom is making deals with the generals, and the general says, yeah, we'll get the alien, you get the surfboard. And Doom goes, well, that's just lovely, thank you very much. And wanders off and gets the surfboard.
Whoa,
I know, I'm skipping ahead. I know.
First
the surfer gets interrogated.
Not very nicely.
Not very nicely at all. But because the surfer is, well, hard and can take it, he just sits there going, yep, okay, keep frying me, really.
Yeah. Because basically soon Galactus will turn up and you're fucked.
Yep. And then Sue manages to get Sue out of the cell, and Sue goes to talk to the surfer.
And you find out the Silver Surfer's history, which was spot on again.
Absolutely.
Spot on. Well done.
Spot
on. So yes, and then Doom escapes.
Yes, that's right.
I took my 5-year-old brother to see this film and we went, and unfortunately I missed this bit because he had to go to the loo. But Steve stayed in and saw that bit, so...
So Doom goes up to the surfboard. He's got the general with him and a couple of soldiers. And he's up the surfboard and he gets up the sort of panel thing that he made earlier in the Baxter Building's closet. I don't know why he did it though. And sort of powers it up, and the surfboard rises up and comes out of its prison. And then he sort of steps on it and has all the powers that the Silver Surfer has. And the general says, wait a minute, what the hell are you doing? This was never part of our agreement. I'm a dumb quarterback. And Doom goes, yes you are, General, and fries him. And then flies off. Meanwhile, the Fantastic Four have busted out of their cells and freed the Silver Surfer and discover that they're too late. The General's been turned into
But not before the Thing and Reed are squashed.
Oh yeah! That was good. That was incredibly beautiful.
I just came back in at that point. I came back into cinema at that point just to see sort of like Ben and Mr. Fantastic go against a wall.
And she was like, wait a minute, where's Reed? I'm right here. Say what you will about the humour. It's spot on in this film. It was a bit campy in the last one, but in this one it's...
So yes, so after they've sprung the Silver Surfer, or as we have in our notes, the FF spring the SS from captivity.
we're harkening back to the German part of the film, you see. And so...
they get the Fantastic Car.
Fantastic Car, which was what was hidden under the
Which
cover.
was awesome.
It was
really,
brilliant.
it was exactly the Fantastic Car. It was brilliant. It was everything you wanted.
It was, really. It was
You
lovely.
know, and Johnny was flying about, and then Doom appears.
And so they have a little sort of chase sequence, and they end up...
And no, because the Fantastic Car splits into 4, and then they have the chase
okay,
sequence.
fine. The Fantastic Car splits into 4, then they have a chase sequence.
Which is really cool. And
Excellent stuff.
And sort of like, they crash in Japan.
Yeah.
As you do.
As you do.
So where the fuck were they? Because they must have been going everywhere.
Well, I mean, they flew for it. The chase took a long time, and they were flying really fast, so...
True.
They could have gone from... to her.
Yeah. It was a really cool chase sequence.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they land in Japan.
And Doom is sort of trying to kill them all, as is his wont and way. And he throws out of himself and from the board this kind of...
Whoa.
Oh, I'm
First,
sorry.
Johnny takes the powers.
No, that doesn't happen until...
What has to happen before that happens to Sue?
Does it?
Yeah.
I thought she was already dead.
No, because they're too busy crying at that point. And then the surfer goes because he's pissed
All right.
off.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So anyway, they discover that because Johnny can take powers, what happens if he took all 4 and became the Super Skrull?
Or Johnny Skrull.
Yes, he liked Johnny Skrull.
We did.
So they do that whole handy, you know, woo!
Hey!
Fantastic!
And Doom's like, aha, I'll have none of that. Throws a spear and Sue leaps in the way of Johnny, brings up a force field, but unfortunately, as has already previously been discussed, because the Silver Surfer is imbued with the same kind of radiation that gave them their powers,
Cosmic.
the power cosmic, he can just negate any of their powers, and so the spear goes right through her force field and stabs her. And she dies, and actually Joan Griffith's spot on acting, nice group.
Yeah, and
good
the
stuff.
good thing about the death thing was, it wasn't Harry Osborn, it wasn't Trinity, it was William Shatner in Star Trek Generations. It was really well done. It was like I'm dying. Oh dear.
Oh dear. And then,
And then they got on with the story.
And
And you
they
were
got
like,
on.
that's great. That's great. You didn't mull over it.
No.
So anyway,
They
the
have a nice
surfer
fight.
goes to see Mr. Galactus.
Yeah.
At which point...
Well, first they have to beat Doom. First, Johnny Skrull beats Doom.
Yes, Johnny Skrull beats Doom.
Along with a bit of help from the Thing and a crane. Which was...
Yes, because Ben has turned human once more. And so, in a remarkably short amount of time, he must be amazingly fit. Climbed that crane.
Yeah.
So, yes, and then there's Galactus. Now...
Galactus. In the comics, he's a big purple giant thing. In the Ultimate line of comics, he's a cloud. Now, imagine...
Is he a cloud in the Ultimate?
He is. He's a cloud in the Ultimate's version.
So it's not only that they made him a cloud, they made him Ultimate!
As is indeed the vogue. I know. It gets worse. I feel your pain.
Okay, this was my whole point. Because I came out of there seething. Seething, I tell you. This man was playing devil's advocate and going, actually, I didn't think it was that bad. At which point my voice was getting louder and people around me were going,
oh my
okay,
god. And they were
we had a nice little pathway.
You know,
to go
we
through.
just
It was great when
walking
trying to
along.
walk through a crowd.
Yes.
Anyway, because, I'm sorry, Galactus is a fucking planet-eating man. For 40 years, right, he has been gigantic with a big purple hat on. Alright?
Yes.
That's how he is. And apparently it's how they did it in Ultimate, but I still don't realise how it went from, actually, let's take Galactus and make him into a fucking cloud, because it makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever at all. Because, how do you leave that? Because let's face it, if you've read Annihilation, it'd be a bit fucking stupid if they sort of like...
but they could, as I said, they could contain a cloud in a nice pot.
But it wouldn't look as good.
No, it
I'm
wouldn't
sorry,
look as good.
Galactus is not a bloody cloud. Galactus is fucking ginormous in a big purple suit, and when he speaks, sort of like planets
Worlds
shudder.
tremble.
Exactly.